let me introduce the structure of our presentation. First, let's review the definition of the generalization and the stereotype together, and then we'll give you the survey. We'll give you the handout that contains the list of images that foreigners have. And then we'll explain about the reaction to the ideas by Japanese students. We picked up several remarkable topics and asked the Japanese students what they thought about images, and we made a chart of the results. So let's take a look at the results later. And finally, we'll give you a conclusion of our presentation. If you have a question, please feel free to ask us at the end of our presentation. So let's get started.
So next, I want to talk about the definition of generalization and stereotype. Generalization and stereotype are similar but quite different. Generalization is a general statement or concept which is made by a few facts or example, but it is usually correct and not so bad idea. Stereotype is a fixed idea and simple idea or image that many people have of particular type of person or thing. However, stereotypes is often baseless and not true in reality. Next, Yuka and Megumi are going to show the result of our survey that we carried out.
Okay, then we're going to show the result from the survey. We took a survey to 30 non-Japanese people, and we've got many kinds of stereotypes, so we made a handout. Please take a look at this.
Cool.
What do you think about those stereotypes? Interesting. Thank you. So, did you find some interesting stereotypes? How about your colleague? Okay, thank you. How about you, Jihan? Did you find any interesting stereotypes or?
What is red hair?
Oh, like dyed hair. For non-Japanese people, like dyed hair is really strange. Okay, thank you. One more? Okay. Thank you. So, I'm going to show you the stereotypes, some stereotypes that we figured out, and Megumi is going to give you the reasons. So first, here's the top 3 of the result: shy and quiet and hardworking. First is shy. Shy is really common stereotypes of Japanese people, because Japanese people tend to hide their feelings. And there's similar ideas like quiet, or they don't know how to enjoy, it's kind of too much, something like many ideas in Japanese people.
Okay, so I guess the reason why they think Japanese people are shy and quiet, and I guess maybe that is because Japanese people tend to be passive and they don't give strong opinion. And as we learned in classes, maybe that is because Japanese communication style is indirect and they expect others to understand their feeling if they don't say anything.
Next. Second one is flight. Flight is also really common stereotypes of Japanese. And Japanese has a flight language, and we often bow. Like even if we are talking to someone on the phone, we sometimes bow. It's kind of strange for non-Japanese people.
Okay, so just imagine the situation that you are sitting on the train, I'm sitting on the train, and I can see two Americans sitting in front of me, and in most cases maybe we can catch their conversation because they are talking in very loud voice. But Japanese people tend to be quiet in the train or buses or in other public places. So that is to say, Japanese people already distinguish public from private.
Third one is hardworking. We asked some EA teachers as well, and many of them said Japanese people are hardworking. Like many business workers leave home really early in the morning, and they came back home really late at night.
Okay. So compared with other countries, Japanese working hour is longer, 8 hours a day, and Japanese office workers have overtime work, so they have to stay at office until late at night. And if you look around station or crossroad, you can see so many office workers, and they look very busy, and you might imagine that they want to get their office as soon as possible.
Okay, and we pick some interesting stereotypes here. Like, here's a friendly. Friendly is kind of opposite to shy, and only 2 people answered friendly. Is Japanese people are friendly. Like, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? What's that?
Because no, actually Japanese people, I think Japanese people are not so friendly. But we just become friendly when we talk with native speakers, because we are Kanda University student and we are studying English, and we just want to talk with them in English. So I think that is why we become friendly when we talk with native speakers.
The last one is nice and sweet. For this stereotype, like nice means looking is nice, like good looking, and skinny is standard. And there are similar ideas, like Japanese people spend much money on luxury or
The international students think that Japanese students spend much money on their fashion or beauty. And I guess that is because Japan is kind of plain society. I mean, Japanese people cannot make a move without train. I mean, every day we use train to go to school, and we can see so many strangers on the train or station. So we have to be care about our appearance, because someone might watch you. I mean that if you're wearing pajama on the train, someone might watch you and someone thinks that you're very strange. But if you use car, you don't need to be care about your appearance because it's only you and your car. But in Japan is, I mean, train society, so we need to be dressed well, and because we feel like someone might watch you. And as for skin, maybe that is just because Japanese food is not oily but healthy. And what's more, I think Japanese women tend to be very care about their weight. Even if they are not so fat, they try to lose their weight. Okay, so we have explained about stereotype of Japanese so far. So next, Sota and Eiko will introduce to the result.
we asked the 30 students, and we asked whether they agree the perspective of the results. And this graph shows the opinion of regarding the topic, not outgoing, shy, and don't show their emotion. Most of students answered that Japanese are shy in general, and as you can see, 12 people answered they can agree with the idea. But some people say it depends on the person, and 2 students said they are not shy at all, and also they are noisy and rude rather than polite and quiet, especially compared to current young people. And one student against this topic because she said we don't have parties frequently as same as Western people do, but we know how to enjoy ourselves. And next, we talk about xenophobic. Xenophobic is a person who doesn't like non-Japanese people. And as you can see, many people think Japanese don't like aliens. And some people said young people don't care about foreign, don't have that kind of opinions, but they still think elderly people tend to dislike foreigners. And as Madame said before, we are Kanda University students. We came here to study foreign languages, so we don't have the kind of stereotype about foreigners. So there are a few people who said the Kanda student is an exception as a xenophobic. And one student said she doesn't like Chinese and Korean people sometimes. Next, we talk about hard work. It's obviously Japanese people think Japanese are hardworking and very busy. A few students give a reason. They say that their family members are really busy and work hard until night. And several people against this topic because they declare that current people are too lazy, including the speakers. And 4 people said it depends on the person. And we also asked about Japanese father. And the chart indicates 1/3 of people said Japanese father are not so strict. And some students said the fathers tend to spoil daughters. And 7 people said their fathers don't care about their children these days.
Next, I want to talk about manga lovers. 18 students answered yes. People who chose yes said that everyone on the train reads manga, even the business people. And also one student thinks that almost all the Japanese students have at least one favorite cartoon series. And because of the reason I mentioned, many people think that Japanese people are manga lovers. Of course, there is some counter opinions. One student who chose no said that actually I don't like manga, so I can't agree with this idea. Next, sushi, raw fish, sashimi. About this stereotype, this is not big difference, but no was major answer. Students who chose no are also say that they don't like sushi or sashimi, so they can't agree with this idea. And they think that this is typical stereotype of Japanese. Moreover, sushi is Japanese traditional food, but not daily food, so they can't agree with this idea. People yes think that compared with other countries, it is true that Japanese people eat sushi or sashimi a lot. Sushi is the Japanese culture. Next, brand items spend much money to luxury, dressed to wear fashionable, stylish. About this stereotype, almost all students answered yes, 22 students. They said they always see a duty-free shop in other countries or at the airports. It's crowded by Japanese travelers. Moreover, although it may be rude for international students, they say that Japanese students are more fashionable than international students at Greece. People who chose minority answers think that such idea fits before the collapse of Japanese bubble economy, and it depends on generation.
Okay, so now I'd like to give you a conclusion. As Shota mentioned after introduction, stereotype is the idea which is not based on the fact, and it can differ to only a particular person, not everyone. And on the other hand, generalization is the idea that most people can agree with, and it implies positive meaning. And as you can see from our presentation, most of non-Japanese people have stereotypes about Japanese, like we are always eating sushi or Japanese father is very strict. But I think we Japanese have also stereotypes about others. For instance, we might think that Americans are always eating hamburgers, or Americans are very friendly and active and giving strong opinion. But probably most of those information come from mass media, I think. And we tend to believe strongly about those information. But sometimes having stereotype can be prejudice and make conflict with others. So when you communicate with non-Japanese people, I think it is important to throw away your stereotypes and communicate with others as individual. That is our conclusion. So, question time. Do you have any questions?
What do you mean by this book and TV? Interested. You mean Japanese people read a lot of books or watch TV all the time?
Maybe book and TV means manga and animation.
Oh, okay.
Any questions?
Yeah.